Who should be the first guy off the bench? Based on yesterday's game, who should be the first guy off the bench to you?
Ricardo Pepi should be the first guy off the bench for me. And he has been. He has been. And I think the second guy that, like, I have been questioning a lot, as have you, is Sebastian Berhalter had a goal and an assist.
Yeah.
He had a goal and an assist. So,
Yeah.
like, and look, I still think he is an imperfect player, but I will say, like, out of the guys we saw yesterday, I mean, Weston McKennie was our best player yesterday, but he's a starter. Yeah, look, we got a lot of answers. Nobody picked up. I actually think Austin Trusty would have been kind of a bright spot from last night, and then he picked up a knock. But look, we are going to this Bosnia game, and we're going to be able to start our true 11 that are well rested, and I think that is a huge positive. And I really don't understand any other way of thinking about it. So I'm curious to hear what you say.
So other than who are the overperformers for you on that field out of that starting 11? I mean, let's put McKenzie aside.
There's not a single like overperformer for me that like,
yeah.
I did not watch that game and was like impressed by I wasn't like, oh, I didn't know that they could do that. If anything, it was guys that went the other way. Like,
yeah.
I was not like, I didn't watch that game and was super jazzed about the 11 I saw. It's just that like a game did not matter.
Mm-hmm. No, the game didn't matter, and I think we need to credit both Turkey and the U.S. subs, the guys who actually started, for making it an awesome game. And look, we knew that Turkey was going to come out bloodthirsty because they've had an awful World Cup, and this was their chance to walk away from the World Cup with just a shred of dignity. Like, Betts and I talked about it last week. We both expected that it was going to be tight. Betts, if we go back and look at what Betts said, who's been Mr. Enthusiastic, we're winning every game, we're going to blow them out. He was like, it's going to be like 2-1 because he could sense that this Turkey team was going to come for blood. Like, this was their one chance to go home and keep their head held high. And you saw it. They came out firing. And to our credit, our guys who got thrown in there were a couple shaky moments, but they came out with intensity. They set the tone early with a goal. They obviously, there were a couple more goals we probably should have had. The, Mark McKenzie goal that was offside. There were multiple chances in the second half that we should have scored. I think Aronson should have had one. So credit to our guys for going out there, playing a good Turkey team with intensity, and you got to give them credit. And I agree with you. I'm giving Poch a ton of credit for the way he played this game, where Poch still made it feel like it was important for the fans, important for all the celebrities that they kept showing for who knows what reason.
So annoying, dude.
So annoying. But Poch made it feel like it mattered. He threw the starters in at the end of the game. He had the guys fired up. Like, it did feel like it mattered. And I love what you said about us getting answers on guys, because we're not privy to what happens on the training ground. And so when we see the starting 11, we're wondering, well, why isn't Weah coming off the bench sooner? Why is Berhalter getting these minutes? Why is, Turner just out of the keeper conversation? And to your point, we got all those answers last night. Like, Matt Freese should be the starter. Look, I've been super critical of Berhalter. In fact, I was taking notes through the first half hour of the game. I was taking notes on all these bad Berhalter plays. I was like, he just got nutmegged here. He had a turnover there. And then the guy scores a banger from outside the box. What else can you want? An assist and a goal. And so seeing that, he's a guy that I think has cemented himself as, I should be the first guy off the bench. And we got to give credit where credit's due. We were super critical of him. I don't think he's looked fantastic, but Poch, once again, is right about the guys that he's giving minutes to. So credit to Poch.
Poch knows all.
Poch is, don't be fooled by the pretty face. That man knows ball. That man knows ball.